We, the students of Kushtia Polytechnic Institute, stand in solidarity today with our fellow students around the globe. We raise our voices in unison for a cause that transcends borders, religions, and ethnicities, the cause of peace for Palestine. This gathering is not about picking sides or taking militant stances. It's about a fundamental human right, the right to exist, to have a homeland, to live free from fear and oppression. We, the future generation, refuse to inherit a world embroiled in conflict. The images and stories coming out of Palestine are heartbreaking. We see children living in constant fear, families torn apart, and a sense of despair that hangs heavy in the air. This cannot be the future for Palestine. This cannot be the future for any nation. We, the students of Kushtia Polytechnic Institute, represent the hopes and dreams of a generation yearning for a better tomorrow. We believe in the power of education, of dialogue, of understanding. We believe that young people, like ourselves, have the power to be agents of change. That's why we stand here today, united with our peers across the world. We stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people in their struggle for an independent state. A state where they can live in peace and security, a state where they can determine their own destiny. Some may say this is a complex issue, a conflict that has raged for decades. But the core principle is simple, the right to self-determination. The Palestinian people deserve the same right that every other nation enjoys, the right to live in a sovereign state, free from occupation. We understand that achieving peace is a difficult task. It requires compromise, it requires empathy, and it requires a willingness to listen to all sides. But we believe that peace is possible. We believe that dialogue is the only path forward. We urge all parties involved in this conflict to lay down their arms and come to the negotiating table. We urge world leaders to step up and play a more constructive role in finding a peaceful resolution. This is not a call for war. This is a call for peace. We, the students of Kushtia Polytechnic Institute, do not want to inherit a world where conflict is the norm. We want a world where all people can live together in peace and harmony. This is our message. This is the message of students around the world. Let our voices be heard. Let our message of peace resonate far and wide. Together, we can create a future where Palestine is not a land of conflict, but a land of hope, a land of peace. A land where all its people can live with dignity and security. My name is Muhammad Sohan Ali, and I stand with Palestine. Stand with us. Stand for peace. This paragraph is about 400 words. To reach 10,000 words, you could expand on different aspects of the speech, provide specific examples of the suffering of the Palestinian people. You could talk about the blockade of Gaza, the destruction of homes, the limitations on freedom of movement. Highlight the nonviolent resistance movements in Palestine. There are many Palestinian groups working to achieve peace through protests, boycotts, and other nonviolent means. You could share some information about these groups, talk about the role of students in promoting peace. Students have a long history of being at the forefront of social movements. You could discuss past student movements that have achieved peace or social justice. Express hope for the future. Despite the current challenges, it's important to maintain hope for a peaceful resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. You could talk about the potential for a two-state solution or other ideas for peace. End with a call to action. Encourage viewers to learn more about the situation in Palestine, to get involved in organizations that are working for peace, and to raise their voices in support of a Palestinian state. By expanding on these points, you can create a compelling and informative speech that will resonate with viewers who are interested in the Palestinian cause, the plight of the Palestinian people. Friends, the stories coming from Palestine are not mere news headlines. They represent the harsh realities of everyday life for millions of people. We hear about the crippling blockade of Gaza, a territory where basic necessities like food, medicine, and clean water are scarce. Children are deprived of a normal childhood, constantly living under the threat of violence. Homes are demolished in a blink of an eye, leaving families displaced and heartbroken. Freedom of movement is severely restricted, making it nearly impossible for Palestinians to travel freely within their own land. this is not the future we want for Palestine. This is not the future we want for any child on this earth. Hope through nonviolent resistance, but amidst the despair, there are also glimmers of hope. In Palestine, there are countless individuals and organizations courageously working towards peace through nonviolent resistance. They organize peaceful protests, raise awareness through boycotts and educational campaigns, and strive to build bridges of understanding between communities. These brave Palestinians inspire us with their unwavering commitment to justice and their belief in the power of peaceful solutions. Students, a force for change. We, the students, have a unique responsibility in this fight for peace. Throughout history, students have been at the forefront of social movements, demanding change and pushing for a more just world. From the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa to the fight for civil rights in the United States, students have used their voices and their energy to create positive change. We, the students of Kushtia Polytechnic Institute, draw inspiration from these past movements. We believe that young people, like ourselves, have the power to be agents of peace. By educating ourselves about the conflict, by speaking out against injustice, and by demanding peaceful solutions, we can contribute to a brighter future for Palestine. A vision for a peaceful future. Despite the current complexities, we must hold on to the belief that peace is possible. The two-state solution, where both Israelis and Palestinians have their own independent states, has long been considered a viable path towards peace. This solution would allow both sides to live in security and dignity, free from the constant threat of violence. However, we must also recognize that new ideas and innovative solutions may be necessary. It is crucial to engage in open and honest dialogue, to listen to the concerns of all parties involved, and to work together to find common ground. A call to action, friends. Our gathering here today is just a small step in a much larger movement. But even small steps can lead to big changes. We urge each of you to take action. Learn more about the situation in Palestine. Educate yourselves and those around you. Get involved with organizations working for peace. Raise your voice in support of a Palestinian state. Together, we can create a wave of change. Together, we can send a powerful message of peace that resonates across the globe. Let us not be a generation that inherits a legacy of conflict. Let us be the generation that builds a future where peace prevails, where Palestine thrives as a free and independent state. This is our hope. This is our dream. Stand with us. Stand for Palestine. Stand for peace.